Hi everyone, I'm Mike Prado, Portfolio Manager. We are Hillside Wealth, and today we are going to be talking about passing the family cabin for us left coasters, cottage for us Ontariorites and right coasters, passing the cabin on to the next generation. What we need to remember though is that this is a financial transaction. When you decide to move the cabin from one generation to the next, whether you do it while you're alive or at a state upon death, this is a taxable transaction. So the challenge with passing the cabin on, of course, is that there's no financial reward back to you. So you have this taxable transaction without any money to pay for it, essentially, any proceeds to pay for it. So guys, what we're going to do here is we're going to talk really quickly about a case study to give you an idea of how this transaction works and how much money these people could save in taxes depending on which option they went with. So real life example of real Hillside clients that came in, and these guys are classic long time ski bums, let's say. They bought a place a long time ago, enjoyed countless times with family and friends, and now they're getting a little bit older and they're starting to think that, you know what, it's time to move the cabin on to the next generation. So this happens all the time, and people buy something a long time ago, and guess what? Recreational property in Canada has gone up tremendously over the years, and so now you're sitting on this big capital gain. So these guys have a couple of options. They could simply gift the cabin and trigger the capital gain all in 1 year. Or what they could do is to use what is called a promissory note. So the kids promise to pay the parents in the future. Really what this is, guys, is it's an IOU. And in this situation, the kids have no plans on ever paying back the parents. The parents don't want to receive money for this transaction, so it's forgiven in their will. But what this allows them to do is spread out that capital gain over a 5-year period, which makes it not hit the highest tax brackets in that 1 year. So you're spreading it out, you're lowering the tax brackets, and you're saving money on tax. So they came in, we ran the numbers. We looked at if they just pass it on the traditional way in one fell swoop in 1 year, that total tax bill was going to be $314,000. And then we looked at if they did the IOU route, and that option was going to be $286,000. So this was a potential savings of $28,000. So there are a couple of other factors other than just tax that you need to remember. So one is if your kids are in a relationship and that relationship fails, the potential for that cabin to be part of asset division is real. So you want to make sure that you have your ducks in a row from a legal perspective as well. The other thing to consider is many people are like, well, look, what if I just gift the cabin to the kids for $1 and then, there's no taxes paid? Problem is the CRA, Canada Revenue Agency, they assume that every single transaction is done at market value, which means you just made that capital gain way bigger than it needed to be. In other words, you've created a double taxation situation. Whatever you do, avoid that situation at all costs. So just to wrap this up, guys, the family cabin is a taxable asset. You do have to do careful planning when it comes to how you're going to move it on and come up with a plan that's going to work for you. It's going to work for the next generation. It's going to work for everyone. Yeah, so if you have a cabin and you're interested in passing it on, talk to your advisor and mention this to them and see their thoughts. This is a great tool, potentially saves you a lot of money. And if you don't have an advisor and you have questions and you'd like to sit down with someone and go through it, we're happy to do that with you. We'll take the time, figure out your situation, and kind of walk you through how you could benefit from this strategy. Thanks so much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. There's going to be more planning videos coming your way, so please stay tuned. And don't forget to like, comment, or subscribe. We're Hillside Wealth. We're passionate. We care deeply about our clients, and we'd love to have a conversation if you have any questions. So thank you so much, and have a great rest of your day.